What's going on, guys? The Barber Phil here, back again with another haircut tutorial. And today, guys, we're going to shake things up a little bit. I always try to bring different haircuts to the channel as best I can. I don't want to bring a bald fade every single time. And so this haircut today, this is a haircut that comes through the shop door on a daily basis, and you're not going to see it on YouTube much because it's not, you know, some glamorous bald fade, real sharp lineups and all that stuff. But it is a haircut that comes through the door. You cut it, you got to do, it's not as detailed of a haircut, so you have to make sure that you pay attention to those details that do need to be paid attention to. So what we're doing here, this is a 1.5 with the magic clip. I'm going to go in every direction through the top. Right about the top of his vertical bar at the parietal ridge. We're just going to stop there because I'm going to fade down. So we're using the 1.5 closed, working all the way through here with this white textured hair like this. It's really soft. You could tell right off the bat when I ran that first pass through there. You could almost see every single tooth groove from the guard that went through there. It's just the hair texture itself. So it's something that you have to make sure you pay attention. You go in every single possible direction so that you work out all of those little kinks, and then from there we'll start fading down. So I ran that 1.5 all over the top in every different direction. I made sure that we went back through and we blew all the hair out of the way, run our hands through it just to make sure that any hair that's sticking up, we get that so the top is even. Now this is a one guard halfway open. We dropped down about 1.5 inches and we did a section going back up to that original 1.5. Now what we're doing, we drop down below that half open one. This is an all the way closed one, and we're working up to the halfway open one. So it's 1.5 on top, half open one, and then an all the way closed one at the bottom. Now here in the back for the taper, like normal, we started things off. We took the guard off. We've got a closed no guard, created our initial guideline. We worked up a little bit, about 1 inch or so, opened it halfway, did another small section. We're gonna open it up all the way, continuing to work up a little bit into this closed one, and then we will remove the bulk right here just above where I'm working at now with the closed one guard. That'll have this whole side of the head knocked out, and then we'll be able to go ahead and move on to some detail work after this. So the first small detail that we're going to hit is his eyebrows. I've got a one guard on that magic clip, and we're just opening and closing the lever, just hitting the longer ones as we go through there, making sure that we don't obviously hit his eyelashes or anything, but clean up his eyebrows. Now we're just going to do I'm basically just going to take out his sideburn. This is a closed no guard, and then we'll open it up a little bit, open it up all the way, connect that up into that closed one guard that we initially did. And then also hit some of the hairs from behind his ear a little bit just to get that set up for the trimmers. Here's the second detail that you need to pay attention to when you have a haircut like this in your chair. Make sure you get your man's ear hair. The older you get, the hair starts growing in all kinds of different areas. And that's one of those things where, you know, you could not do it and just cut his hair because that's what he's in there for, and that's fine. But I guarantee if you take the time to do these little details like clean that ear hair out, do his eyebrows, your client will notice that. And although it's maybe not the most fun haircut or picture worthy haircut or whatever, he's going to continue to come back to you because you paid attention to those small details. So that's what I want to stress to you guys. So like I said, the older you get, the hair starts going in crazy places. Obviously, he had some hair nose on the top of his hair growing. We're gonna hit my man's unibrow. You know, it's nothing to him. He knows that I always do it. He don't necessarily mess with it at home. So that's one of those small details. Go ahead and knock that out. Now we're gonna come over here to this left side, do the same thing. Clean up his eyebrows there with that one guard. We're gonna go ahead and keep the one guard on here. It's halfway open. We're making sure that we do that middle section all the way through there, just below the initial 1.5 on top. Then we will close it up, do the bottom all the way down through the sideburn area and around his ear, and then we will taper out this back part doing the same steps. Same steps here as well. It starts with it closed with the no guard, halfway open, and then all the way open. Flick up into that open one. Everything blends in nicely. Then you do the same thing in the back. You set your initial closed no guard section at the bottom in the back taper. You open it up halfway, continuing to work your way up a little bit. Open it up all the way, flick out into that closed one, and there you go. You have a nice, easy, simple taper, and your client walks out. His neck hair is all cleaned up, his ear hair is all cleaned up, his eyebrows are fixed. It's not the greatest haircut as far as, you know, like I said, Instagram pictures and blurry fades or crisp lineups on beards and stuff like that. It's not always about that. We are here to make the people that come into our shop and sit in our chair look better than when they came in. That's what we're going to do. Pay attention to all those little details. The Slimline Pro, I think that's a perfect tool, at least for me, to get those, you know, the ear hair, get that cleaned up, so that when he walks out of here, he feels refreshed. He feels like he's actually got his money's worth, and that's what it's all about, giving your clients the best that you can, even if they don't have, you know, that perfect hair or, you know, the perfect haircut style. So for his mustache, you can't tell from that side, but on this side you can see where that part there was sticking out. We're going to line up both sides a little bit, give it a better shape, and then put the FXs down because they hit a little bit too hard. I don't want to take the chance of maybe hitting his lip by chance. We're going to use trimmer over comb. This is my Slimline, and we're just going to comb up through there and then follow his lip line for that bottom line. I guess personally from experience, at least in my chair, most people that have a mustache, they don't want their lip exposed too much. I guess it's a mustache thing. I don't know. But we make sure that we clean up that so that he's not, you know, eating his mustache hair, but not exposing his lip too much. And then we will continue on this opposite side, same thing, just working that comb up through there, debulking it, but leaving it still dark and full at the same time. And there you go. Just make sure that you are sensitive around the lip. You don't want to catch his lip with the blade. I've had that happen a few times, and you know, definitely not the most comfortable thing for your clients. Here we're using the FXs, cleaning up that hair just above his ear, making sure that we fold that down, and then we put a nice natural line going down the back. And actually, even with as light as his hair is, these FXs, you can see him putting that line in there. So he looks, you know, nice and cleaned up. You can tell he got a haircut. Somebody that, you know, paid attention to what they were doing. They didn't just rush him in. This haircut right here could be literally a 5-minute haircut in any other barbershop. It took me 23 minutes, 25 minutes total. And, you know, that's me paying attention to every little detail that I possibly could, making sure that we take the time to give him his money's worth and don't just look at it as easy money. He's a client. He comes in here. He supports me. He's been coming to me for a while. So we're going to pay attention to those details and send him out looking better than he did when he came in. Guys, take a second. Hit me up in that comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this was a haircut that you guys were happy to be able to see. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't. Consider subscribing if you're new. Enable those notifications, and you'll never miss another video from me, guys. I appreciate it. See you in the next one.